This is One Fat Boy, and here are my NBA game predictions for March 2nd of 2022. Tonight there's 8 games, and we'll go over the spreads and over-unders for each of them. For Indiana at the Magic, we'll go with Indiana plus 1.5. So we have a repeat of a game from 2 days ago, and with proper rest, I said that Indiana should come out with a win, and lo and behold, we have this game right here, as last time Indiana lost by a sizable margin, but now with them playing with proper rest, I think Indiana should sneak away for a win. Should go over 232, as both these teams can score well, and both teams not known for their defense either, so expect a high-scoring game. Indiana should sneak away, as does just have a few more options I think the Magic do. Like, as long as Tyrese Halliburton is playing, he's able to get everyone involved and just get some shots for himself. He has to respect his three-point shot. And I just expect that to just help Indiana win, as we saw it earlier in the year. It doesn't matter who's really playing for Indiana. They're going to play hard. They're going to keep themselves in the game. So hence I'd give the edge to Indiana for this. For Charlotte at Cleveland, so there's 2 ways to look at this game. You can see Charlotte getting hot early on and staying hot throughout the game. And it's going to be hard for Cleveland to keep up with Charlotte's scoring pace. Or you can see Cleveland's defense, which has been more consistent than the Charlotte offense, which has been more up and down. Cleveland's defense has been consistent all year. So that's why I'll have to bet on Cleveland winning this game. And it's going to be due to their defense. So if you expect a defensive game, bet on Cleveland. If you expect a more offensive game, bet on the Hornets. But I'm expecting more defensive game, so I'll be betting Cleveland minus 3.5. And lean towards a under for this game, which I just feel will be like under 225.5. So I'm just betting on defense and the ability. If this game really slows down, that Cleveland's half-court offense will be better than the Hornets, because you can just dump down to a big man and just how they move around. I think Cleveland has an advantage there. So there's a reason why they're towards the top of the East, and Charlotte is fighting for a playoff spot. For the Knicks at the Sixers, I'm going to Philadelphia minus 10.5. Kind of expect a repeat of the game on Sunday, but now you're playing in Philadelphia, so another reason for the Sixers to win. I mean, with the combination of Joel Embiid and James Harden using icy hot, I mean, Knicks won't be able to stop that. With how those two have been playing, and no one on the Knicks can really slow them down, just expect the Sixers to win without a problem. We'll be going under 222.5 though, as I think the Knicks offense will struggle because the Sixers can play defense, and the Sixers also play a slower pace. Same with the Knicks, so overall it should be a lower scoring game in general. So hence I'll be leaning towards an under in this game overall, which I'll put around like under 222.5. For the Kings at the Pelicans, so I think the Pelicans have been playing better as of late. They're better than what their record shows, which the same kind of goes for the Kings, but I think overall there's just more pieces on the Pelicans. Like, I think Valanciunas will match up well against Sabonis, like both of them match up well against each other, but the Pelicans still have McCollum and Ingram, while the Kings, you have Fox, then whoever decides to show up and help. So I think just having like an extra person, like extra quality person on the Pelicans, that just gives them the advantage overall against the Kings. I will be going over 234.5, as both teams can really light up the scoreboard, and Kings aren't known for their defense, so another reason for the Pelicans to light up the scoreboard. If we're leaning towards an over in this game, which I'll put around 234.5. I believe that's what FanDuel put, as no defense should really be played, especially against the Pelicans in this game, and Pelicans should be able to take advantage of that, as they did against the Lakers, and win this game. For the Heat at Milwaukee, I want to go with Miami plus 4.5, as Miami's more consistent throughout the season, as Milwaukee really don't know what team's going to show up. I'm sure they want to win after losing against the Nets, but Milwaukee should have won that game because they just have better talent than the Nets did that game, but they still figure out a way to lose, which I won't be surprised if that happens against the Heat. I think just having a consistent defense like the Heat, the way that Bam has been playing for the Heat, that's another reason for the Heat to stay within 4.5 or win the game. I will be going under 225.5, as if Miami does cover the spread, it's going to be due to their defense, as Bam can slow down the Bucks, and how Eric Spoelstra will set up his defense. I'm sure it's designed to slow down Giannis, force other players to score. So, if Giannis has a bad game and the role players aren't scoring for the Bucks, Miami should come away with this. And both teams, Miami a little bit more slower pace, so I usually lean towards unders in Miami Heat's game overall. And hence, if Miami does come out with a win, it's going to be due to their defense. So hence, we'll have to lean towards under 225.5. For the Jazz at the Rockets, we go with Utah minus 12.5. Utah's been playing very well as of late. Been able to keep their standing in the Western Conference in the top half, which is very important. And there's a reason why that they're up that high, is because their interior defense with Gobert and their outside shooting on the offense. I think Houston's defense is going to struggle slowing down Utah's offense, and just going to get all their points from the outside, the Rockets, because it's hard to score against Gobert and Whiteside. So another reason for Utah to win. And also be going over in this game, as Utah will be able to light it up against the Rockets. And the Rockets, they're going to figure out a way to score. I mean, Utah's defense is not spectacular. It's reliant on Gobert at the end of the day. And the Rockets, they should be able to score a lot, as they always somehow do. So hence I'll just lean towards an over. But Utah should win this no problem. They should take advantage of this game as a way to get some rest for their players. Win in the first half, coast the second half. For the Thunder at the Nuggets, be going with the Thunder plus 13. So I know Denver, they should win this game. Shouldn't have a problem winning this game. And they're a better team than the Thunder, but I don't think they're a 13-point favorite, better team. So hence why I just have to lean towards the Thunder plus 13. And if the Thunder do stay within 13, it's because they played very well on defense. They were able to just annoy Denver enough, keep them close enough, just get enough baskets that they shouldn't, enough times to stay within the 13. Because I really do expect Thunder to lose this game. They have no business winning this game. They're playing at Thunder, and Denver's just trying to stay in the playoffs, stay in the playoff race. So, and as long as Jokic stays in the game and out of foul trouble, Denver should win the game. But if the Thunder do stay within 13, it's due to their defense. Hence, I'll also be leaning towards an under in this game of 224.5, because Thunder, I am pretty bullish on their defense. They're young players who like to just get all the loose balls. That just, in turn, if you just get more possessions for yourself, harder for the other team to score if they don't have the ball. So I'm just using that logic. So hence I'll be leaning towards OKC plus 13 and an under overall for this game. For Portland at the Suns, I'll be going to Phoenix minus 13. So I'm sure the Suns want to erase their 2-game losing streak. And which team better? It's Portland, I don't have much faith in them, as they're just a bunch of players that we probably didn't really know before this year, and now they're just playing. They have nothing to lose. They're just out there playing basketball right now. If they win, they win, but they're most likely going to lose. Suns, they almost beat the Jazz without a point guard. They're at Cameron Payne. He is probable against the Portland, so we'll have to see day of. But if he's playing, Suns should be able to cover 13. That shouldn't be a problem. Winning shouldn't be a problem. As, Utah clearly better than Portland, so if the Suns can play the same way as they did against Utah, Portland has no chance of winning. It will be going over 226, as Portland's defense, not that great. So how the Suns run their offense, they should be able to score without a problem all game. Between how they move the ball, their outside shooting, their inside shooting, and just being able to get quality shots, Portland's going to have a hard time stopping that. And Portland, they can get hot, so they'll probably have a quarter or two where they're just hot, keeps them in the game, and pushes this over. But I think overall, Suns can clamp down on defense Hence why I just have to see Phoenix at least winning by like 10, but 13 seems like a reasonable amount. Thank you for watching. As always, have fun betting and have fun watching sports and basketball. Once again, thanks for watching.